Hello everyone. Since OS 10.10, Mac app or OSX app development has become very sophisticated. Today we are going to show you how to just use Storyboard in order to build an OSX application. First of all, we start with creating a new project. We choose OSX application and start with the Coker application. We give a name and keep all the others unchanged. Then create a project here. You'll see the project coming up. We could first run the project and take a look. It shows up as empty, which is okay. And then we switch to the storyboard. As you can see, the storyboard shows the window controller, which is the container of the whole application, with the default view controller here. We could easily add, say, a label to the view, changing the content here, and then run it again. The label is shown already, but an app, of course, would not be that simple. So we are going to do a little bit more thing. For instance, I'm going to have a split view, which is separate into the left side and right side. And also, I would like to have some buttons appearing and the toolbar above. So in order to do that, first of all, I start with the toolbar. I can go to the right hand side here, search toolbar, and then drag it to the window. It shows up like this. If I run it, it is shown already. Pretty easy. And they have the default behavior set up for you already. Then I'm going to design a little bit because I want to have the split wheel and the buttons. I'm going to delete the original wheel controller here and create a new one. Search wheel controller, drag it into the scene, and then I'm going to have two parts of it. The upper part, I will be using a container view. This is a really cool feature where I could embed a wheel controller, as you can see here by default, into the container view. I can set the container view constraint in the outer wheel controller and then net the inner part here to perform the layout. For the lower part, I'm going to put just an NS view to it. It calls a custom view here. Drag in. And then I'm going to set the size like this. For instance, I'm going to put a button to the bottom view. So I search for button. I'm going to put this round red button like this. I need to connect the window controller to this wheel controller. What I can do is to right click from here and then drag to the bottom and choose window content, which means the wheel controller here becomes the Windows content. Let's take a look. The button is now shown up and there is an empty space because I didn't set anything into the wheel controller yet. So let's do it. Say start with a label, put it inside, call it inner wheel, just run it. See? Now I'm going to add a split wheel controller to this inner wheel. So I'm going to search split wheel, and I'm going to use the vertical. Drag it here to the storyboard. Pinch out to zoom out a little bit. What I will do is to remove the default wheel controller here and then connect this one. The container wheel, right click, drag, space is not enough, and zoom out a little bit, drag again, and choose embed. This will then embed this split wheel controller into the container wheel. In order to test that, just like before, I can put some label here, call it left side, and another label here, call it right, one navigation. Okay, kind of showing up, but they are not in a good position. We could adjust the split here to show those content, but in order to improve that, we will need to use auto layout with the constraint in it, and that will be covered in the next session.